Hello. Well, anyway, I've just finished doing a Zoom chat with Dino, who has been a fellow cart buster. And during the video at the beginning, he raised a glass for a toast for the new light, and I had no idea what he was talking about. And it was only then when the conversation finished and off camera, he mentioned. I says, what you know? I says you could perhaps do a thing about new light, and I says I don't know what it is. And then he told me, obviously, that the new light is that toasting is now in, which is just unbelievable, honestly. For all the weddings I ever went to, and all the I remember once I was at a wedding and somebody hadn't it was a witness wedding, but the best man wasn't a witness. The best man was either the groom's best mate or it was his brother. I can't even mind what it was, but I was at this witness wedding once, and he then said, let's raise a toast, let's raise a glass. And of course the shock and horror when he did that. Of course the people in the wedding reception, having the dinner, who weren't witnesses, all did, and we all kept our glasses down, and it was mortifying, embarrassing, because obviously the best man's looking out and thinking, what's going on here? You know, nobody in the top tail's doing it. Half of the people having a meal aren't doing it, and he's thinking what was said wrong, because nobody forgot to tell him, oh, by the way, mate, Jehovah's Witnesses believe that raising a glass, toasting somebody, is pagan. And now, of course, there you go. Apparently the latest light is it's up to your conscience. Quite incredible. The witnesses now are literally going back, and all that sort of hard way, all those things that we couldn't do when I was a witness, now they're just saying we're losing witnesses by, well, obviously 24,000 of them died during COVID, but obviously they decided there isn't any new people coming in. We've forgotten how to preach because we're carters and we're just basically mannequins with beards. In fact, maybe I should just call them mannequins with beards. Apart from the women, you never know. And then, you know, you just think to yourself, you know, that they're just doing a more softly approach to try and say we're trying to make the organisation not as dogmatic as it is, as it was when I was a witness, and when Dino was a witness, and when maybe the majority of you were witnesses. The fact that you can now do this is just blows my mind. As you probably know, I've tried to keep away from all things witnessy because I just don't want it to be involved in that stuff anymore. I just can't do it because it infuriates me and upsets me so much. However, I'm quite happy to chat to Dino about it and hear some of the things, because we both, you know, have got no problem going up to carters and calling them out for what they're supposed to believe. But this thing now with toasting, Dino just said to me, and I think I said this not so long ago, that the way the organisation's going, I may have said this last year or the year before, can't remember when it was, that it may come down to the point of relaxing a lot of things. And I thought maybe birthdays may be back in, as apparently were at one point. And funny enough, Dino's just said the same thing. Dino's, because as we know, there's no scriptural reason, and I've actually done a video about this, you know, about 5 years ago, about birthdays. And, you know, just the fact that two horrible things happen on somebody's birthday doesn't mean, you know, if two horrible things had happened at two recorded weddings in the Bible, does that mean weddings, nobody should get married? They're just two awful things happen on two guys' birthdays. And I always said as well that it's funny how everybody goes overboard on the day of a baby's birth. Numerous presents, loads of presents, congratulations on the birth of your baby boy or baby girl or baby yet to decide in the strange pronoun world that we now live in. But then a year later, you know, when you're remembering maybe one of the most happiest times in your life, when all of a sudden you are a family because you've had your first child, you know, born, and you're remembering that wonderful day when everybody came to visit your child and decked us all with prezzies galore, and then 1 year later, on the anniversary of that special day, you ignore it, and then eventually when your child gets older, they're taught to ignore it as well. It's just bizarre when there's no scriptural basis for banning birthdays. So you never know. What maybe that's what we're building up to, the relaxing on the birthdays, and it may go down to like anything else. It's all up to your conscience, brothers and sisters. If you want to celebrate birthdays because there is no scriptural basis for not celebrating birthdays, you can. Just as there was no scriptural basis for not growing a beard, and no scriptural basis for not raising a glass and you know, toasting and giving a toast to you know, somebody who's just got engaged or just got married. Bizarre. But anyway, I don't know which video is going to load up first. It's either be me moaning about the new shite, or it might be the video that I've just done with Dino. I've probably a feeling that the video I've done with Dino will come up first. So lucky you've got two videos to watch tonight. One of me and one of me listening to Dino talking about his karting experiences, where he found another brother who wanted to beat him up. I don't know what it is, and me and Dino are only wee guys. It just, I don't know, it just obviously upsets them. Anyway, I'll say goodbye now, and you should see me later. And Dino, the other guy, he's not just over here this time. Bye bye.